Rush is my favorite band of all time. Knowing what I know about them, though, I don't think that I can say that I am the biggest Rush fan in the world. I know this fan base is dedicated, this fan base is passionate. They are my favorite band, though. I want to make that very clear. I'm very excited that I will get to see them this year in December on their 50-something tour. This will be the third time I've got to see Rush. I'm honored. I'm blessed that I've been able to see them this many times. Now, I'm such a big Rush fan that annually I do a full discography listen through. I listen to everything they've put out. This year, of course, with it being extra special, getting to see them on their 50-something tour, I'm doing deep dives into these records, learning more about them than I've ever known, and I wanted to share some of these stories that I'm learning with you. Next up, Fly By Night. Very excited that I got to listen to this one on vinyl. I mean, this was the first Rush record that I ever actually owned a physical copy of. So I've listened to it many times, but it was a pleasure to go through it again on vinyl. This, of course, the first Rush record to feature Neil Peart on drums. Unfortunately, John Rutsey had to step away from the band, complications with diabetes. Just wasn't taking care of himself, and so when the boys decided to hit the road, he wasn't in shape to do it. They recorded this record in December of 1974, again at Toronto Sound Studios, like they did for the majority of their self-titled debut record, and it took them 5 days to get the recording done. Alex Lifeson himself has described this as the second beginning for the band, and I feel like that kind of goes without saying. Most people probably feel that way about this record. I did find this kind of funny. Geddy Lee has said that they had a bit of a difficult time selling to their record label By Tor and the Snow Dog. Like a lot of the material they had a tough time selling, but in particular By Tor and the Snow Dog. I mean, an 8-minute and 57-second, what is it? 4-part track, a 9-minute prog rock. I mean, now we can call it a masterpiece, but back then they were like, what is this? It's By Tor and the Snow Dog.
It's By Tor and the Snow Dog.
So going through this track by track, I actually found this to be very cool. This was included in the sleeve of the vinyl. It's like it's a copy of all of the handwritten lyrics from the record. So kind of breaking it down for you here, we've got Anthem. This was actually the song that Neil Peart auditioned with the guys for. That's what he auditioned with. The song was mostly written before he joined the band, and then of course when he joined and they figured out that this guy is a whiz with words, they let him go ahead and write all the lyrics for the track and the rest of the record. Now, funny enough, I actually learned that the second song on the record, Beneath, Between, and Behind, one of my all-time favorites from this record, it is regularly included in my playlist. This was actually the first song that Neil Peart wrote for this record. And he actually wrote the lyrics first, and then Lifeson and Lee went ahead and wrote all the music for it, which is actually reverse from the process that they did for the rest of the songs on the record. Coming back to By Tor and the Snow Dog, Geddy Lee has described this song as, quote, a joke that got out of control. You don't say. The title track for the record, Fly By Night. Where is it? Right there. Fly By Night. So this was actually based on Neil Peart's experience of moving to London before he joined the band Rush. London, England, by the way, not London, Ontario. You can actually read more about that. Where is it? Where is it? I know I have it. You can actually read more about that in Traveling Music, one of Neil Peart's many books. I went through this and took a bunch of notes. I was supposed to do an interview on this years ago. That never came to fruition. But an absolutely wonderful book. All of Neil Peart's books are absolutely superb. What a surprise. What a shock. He's a wonderful writer. And then we have Making Memories, which was said to be written when the band was on the way to the recording studio, and they took a wrong turn, got lost, and then by the time that they got to the studio, Alex Lifeson had already kind of plunked this tune out on his acoustic guitar in the vehicle. And last but certainly not least, we've got Rivendell. which for you Tolkien fans out there, yes, is a Lord of the Rings reference. Not just Zeppelin that's doing it. The only real fun fact that I discovered about this record is that they actually auditioned 5 drummers to replace John Rutsey. Neil Peart being the 4th of those drummers. And the guys from the band have said that they did feel bad bringing in the 5th drummer for the audition, because they were like, well, we're pretty sure we've found our guy, but we already kind of had this one set up, so let's see how it goes. And yeah, sure enough, they made the right decision. Let's just put it that way. My personal opinion of this record, it is probably top 5 all-time Rush records for me personally. Anyways, just in the top 5, like it just squeaks into that 5 spot. But it is in the top 5. I mean, of course, it's incredible. It's full of absolute bangers. I mean, we've got Anthem right out the gates, Fly By Night leading off the B side of the record. Making Memories, like I said, Beneath, Between, Behind, one of my all-time favorites. Best I Can's a banger, and then you've got By Tor and the Snow Dog, the first of many prog rock masterpieces from Rush. What's not to love about this record? I also love the record just knowing that this laid the groundwork for so many other incredible records that Rush was going to put out in the years to come. You know, if they were able to take a chance on, you know, take a risk with a track like By Tor and the Snow Dog and get away with it and see some kind of success, it's like, well, what else could they do? And we got to see all of that. We got to see them take these risks and be like, well, what else can we do? We got to see that, of course, in later years, and I'm really glad that they took the risks that they did with Fly By Night. Going through the reviews on this record, I mean, of course, it was kind of mixed at the time, but Ultimate Classic Rock actually ended up putting Fly By Night on their list of the top 100 records of the 1970s, saying, and I quote, Peart wasn't just the new drummer, he was the spark that pushed them to greatness. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for watching.